just about ready to meet in our second Midwest Regional semifinal game of the night here at the Metrodome. In the first game here this evening, Kentucky blew out Utah, and the Wildcats get the winner of this game on Saturday. Sean McDonough with Bill Raftery. When you talk about Louisville, a surprising run this season to the Sweet 16. If they're going to pull off the upset tonight against Wake Forest, how did he do it?
Well, DeJuan Wheat, everybody knows, a great player, but I think Tick Rogers or Alvin Sims has to play very well on the other end. How did they play Duncan and those three-point shooters?
Double-edged sword when you face Wake Forest. Tim Duncan, the great big man in the middle, and they have a team around him that can shoot threes, including Ricky Peral, Sean Allen, Rusty LaRue, and Jerry Braswell, starting at guard for the injured Tony Rutland. And for Louisville, Alvin Sims with Damian Dantzler, Bozak Smith, Tick Rogers, and DeJuan Wheat. They've only met twice, most recently in 1992, a first-round win in the tournament by Louisville. That was in Tempe. Scott Thornley, Jody Sylvester, Kerry Sitton are the officials. The other meeting between these two schools in 1958, Louisville in red controlled the tip.
And Wake Forest, it looks like straight-up man-to-man, Sean McDonough. They play the perimeter, play the arc, always jamming up to help.
Wheat off to the wing to Alvin Sims, and Duncan contests the shot.
And that's a major judgment by Sims, when to go strong and when to kick it out with Duncan in there.
Duncan 109 block shots in 30 games, and he follows the miss by Allen with a slam dunk.
Clean it up, big fella. You can't let him go undeterred.
2-0 Wake Forest. The Demon Deacons, the tournament champions of the ACC. They finished second in the regular season behind Georgia Tech. They come in with a record of 25-5 as the #2 seed in the Midwest region. Wheat missed a three. Sims the follow. And we're tied at 2, 1 minute in.
Truly one of America's great drivers. I mean, he goes with reckless abandon to the 10. Tough to defend here because they stretch you with the threes, and then Jack Smith, and we were teasing once in a while the way he fouls, you might say Bo Hack. And the one thing Denny Crum has said, now he's got 10 fouls to give at the center spot with Samaki Walker back. Very important for him in his defensive adjustments.
Samaki Walker now a bench player in the middle for Louisville. He's been in and out of the lineup due to injury, but mostly due to eligibility questions. Duncan took a handoff from Rusty LaRue and was fouled by Alvin Sims. So a foul on Smith, followed by a foul by Sims. And Duncan will go to the line.
And right here, when you can shoot threes, you got to go out. As you notice, Rogers all the way out on LaRue. The nice little dish. And the big guy has soft hands, and he can be aggressive. Maintains control of his emotion. Once in a while, lets it creep out, particularly in the tournament.
Duncan made the first. First team All-American is Tim Duncan. And the ACC Player of the Year, junior from the Virgin Islands, still only 19 years old. Won't turn 20 until next month.
Chamber of Commerce ought to hire him down there. Great impression on all the media. Soft-spoken, and Dave Odom mentioned the presence. He's almost a regal presence out there. Nice double.
A three-point try off the mark from Damian Dantzler. Coach Odom also said he's a lot more emotional talking about Tim Duncan than he shows. There's a great fire that burns within, says Duncan, says Odom about Duncan. Rusty LaRue, a three-pointer.
It's amazing, isn't it? Great range, and they got Peral on the wing, Braswell on the other one. All can convert deep.
Wake Forest, one of the best three-point shooting teams in the nation, 41.8% collectively. That's third best in the country.
And LaRue, one of a couple of guys up in that 46 area. Peral at 48.
Dantzler ran into traffic. Shot clock down to 10. It's 7-2 Wake Forest. Nearly 2.5 minutes in, and Louisville needs a shot. They take a three, and it's missed by Wheat and rebounded by LaRue.
He doesn't give it up much. I bet he was tough in the pocket as the quarterback protects that pill. And this is their favorite play. Now he'll run, they'll give a little bump, get him to the block. Nice job by Jack Smith.
And it's rattled in. A three-pointer for Jerry Braswell in a timeout, 22nd variety taken by the U of L, as the Cardinals are down 10-2 after an 8-point run by Wake Forest.
Rusty LaRue continues to amaze from deep. Peral, not a bad passer either. I mean, he has the ability to hit the post well, and here you don't give this guy much room. He beat him with the dribble, which set up the long jumper. Here's the little counter by Braswell on a back screen. They like to get Duncan to the box. If you stay honest on Braswell, they dump it down to Duncan.
Well, Denny Crum told us yesterday he'd rather, if he had to choose, make Duncan beat his team. He says because when he scores, it's only 2. If we let the outside guys have open shots after we go double Duncan, they make them. That's 3 points.
I'm impressed with your math and Denny's. However, they're scoring before Duncan gets to the box to get a catch.
Shot well short from Samaki Walker, who's off the bench 3 minutes into the game for Louisville.
And he'll be physical down there, and on the other end, he can demand the ball.
Braswell stripped on a reach-in by Wheat. Braswell starting for Tony Rutland, who sprained his knee, right knee, in the ACC championship game against Georgia Tech. Aggravated that injury in the second round win over Texas, and Coach Odom says he'll play sparingly. Tip time for Massachusetts and Arkansas as we move back to 10:48 Eastern time. Those of you expecting to see that game, will get you to the start at 10:48. Tick Rogers with the bucket for Louisville, and it's 10-4.
And Sean, Samaki Walker out on that little stoppage of play, and right away next to Denny Crum, discussing exactly what he wanted. He didn't like, I think, the defensive end of his first trip on the floor.
Duncan matched up 1-1 on Bozak Smith for the moment.
Nice pass.
LaRue, the left-handed runner, wouldn't go, and the rebound by Smith, the junior from Peoria, Illinois.
This is the matchup that Dave Odom was concerned about. LaRue's matchup. He's have him on Sims now. He can be physical, Alvin Sims.
At 6'4", 220, the size advantage on LaRue. Nice cut to the bucket by Kaiser, and he scored inside. Brian Kaiser just off the bench with his first 2.
And Brian Kaiser uses bumps. Ask Jim Harrick, UCLA, popped out for that game winner jumper outside, but he is terrific getting himself free.
10-6 Wake Forest. Allen kicked it out. Peral, an outstanding three-point shooter at nearly 49%, buries the 3.
And he can see over to make the post pass. I mean, he has become a terrific basketball player down there at Wake.
Learning to play inside as well as his perimeter shooting prowess. Peral at 6'10". Braswell rebounded the miss. We'll go low for 4 from three-point range. Duncan missed a 3. First three-point miss for the Demon Deacons. Duncan followed up and was fouled.
Well, Kaiser's ability to get free gives Louisville an opportunity to get some post passes. Right here, we'll get a little diagonal cut. You're always teasing me about a slice cut. Sean McDonough has a little slice of life, and the rub gets Kaiser free. And he's on a roll when he gets shots like this, Kaiser. But Peral, a guy that has unerring ability from deep. I'd like to get into a contest with he and LaRue for lunch from three-point. I think we'd end up in a serious financial difficulty.
Duncan has 5 already. And he made 1 out of 2. Bozak Smith on the bench with 2 fouls now for the Cardinals, and Samaki Walker's back in. Block called as Tick Rogers was cutting to the goal, and Sean Allen stepped in and got called for the foul. His first. Back to Minneapolis in a moment. On hand here at the Metrodome. They've watched a well-played game to this point. Neither team has committed a turnover, and the difference in the game, 3 for 5 from three-point range for Wake Forest. They've outscored Louisville from 9, now 6 from beyond the arc, as the first three-pointer for Louisville is buried by DeJuan Wheat.
You know, that play is so old-fashioned. I ran it in grade school. 3 guys on the line to pop out for the jump shot, and it still works.
Except way back then, it was only worth 2. And a foul as Walker and Duncan were tangled in the middle of the lane.
And this is, it ends up with 3 on the foul line to pop back out for the 3. And you're right, there were strings and a center jump when I did this play. Look at that, the ability to shoot deep and no defense popped around. Not great coordination from Wake, who's usually very sound.
Foul was called on Walker, his first, and the 4th team foul. Tony Rutland has come into the game wearing the brace on his right knee. And Goolsby missed a 3 and a foul on the rebound action against Ricky Parral for going over the back. And that's 2 on Parral. And that has Dave Odom in an uproar on the sideline.
Go get him, Dave. You're right. Great offensive rebound. I mean, there's going to be a little contact. It's a little guy. It wasn't a Tavern League shove. Parral, solid, deep passing and rebounding.
2 fouls on Smith of Louisville and 2 now on Parral of Wake Forest. And that's a 3 that wouldn't drop for Kaiser. And the Cardinals will play it in with a fresh 35. 10:37 left in the first half. Wake by 5. Sean Allen returns to the game, and Parral will head to the bench with 2 fouls. And the brace on the knee of Tony Rutland.
And a lot of courage, too, to play with that sprained knee. And looking at tapes when he got hurt. Nice little jump hook again by Samaki.
One time he missed. And the ball controlled by Goolsby.
There's the reverse guy. Now, without Parral on the floor, I don't think they're as good a passing team. Now, here's the duck in by Duncan. Good job by Samaki.
Allen, not much of an offensive threat, only averages 5 points per game. Now LaRue, he took a look up at the shot clock, saw it in single digits. Flynn guarding tightly. LaRue has to force up a 3. Kaiser the rebound, has a man open. Wheat. It was defended by LaRue, and Wheat missed the reverse layup.
Oh, it's a great move, though, using the rim. Just didn't get enough action on it.
Goolsby, sophomore from Marietta, Georgia, made 2 big free throws to seal the win over Texas as Wake Forest came from 12 down to beat the Longhorns in the second round of the NCAA tournament this year. 65-62 the final.
What strength, huh, Sean? Sets those shoulders and gets to the goal.
And Sims was fouled on the drive. Foul on Rutland, his first. We have word from Atlanta that Marcus Camby will not start the game against Arkansas. Coach's decision. And Gus Johnson and Quinn Buckner undoubtedly have more details when we head to Atlanta for the tip of that game.
Really hard to speculate on that.
Yes, it is.
Oh, unusual.
That's all we know at the moment. We were only told that he would not start. It usually means he will play. He won't start. Might have done something that annoyed the coach to cost him the starting position. They had a scare yesterday when Carmelo Travieso fell off the stage at the press conference.
Hey, Goose, guy, help me out.
Fortunately, he wasn't seriously hurt. Dantzler forced to stop and pass to Rogers.
This is a nice prying set, though. And down to 13. They've tried a lot of things now. Individual clear.
Sims blocked by Duncan.
The eraser.
Third block for Duncan, 112 for the year. He's in his 3rd year at Wake, and he's had at least 100 block shots in each of the 3 seasons.
And Alvin Sims undeterred. I think they give it to Allen now on the charge, but you just can't go in helter-skelter. You've got to read the defense, and Alvin Sims, a guy late in the shot clock, figured I got to go right at him. But you'll notice no passing lane open. You've got to find room because Duncan's going to negate any efforts. And we've been doing the blocks, hurries, and changes. Not too bad, huh? 8 situations where he's made it difficult for Louisville.
The difficulty for Wake Forest is that offensive foul on Allen was his second, so both starting forwards for Wake have 2 fouls. They're not a particularly deep team. And a jumper knocked in by Damian Dantzler, the sophomore from Chicago out of Westinghouse High School, same school that produced Great NBA players like Mark Aguirre and Percy Hawkins, among others.
And played a lot in the summer with some of the pros like Hardaway. Nice post situation, but Duncan doesn't handle it clean. He's usually pretty good.
And great's an overused word. I don't mean to downplay Percy Hawkins and Mark Aguirre, but I'd say very good NBA players. Like,
well, anybody who plays in the NBA
Hawkins
is good.
Yes.
Great. Now you're talking about magic. Yeah.
Wake in a field goal drought over the last 3.5 minutes. They had a 10-point lead. It's down to 3. Left open off the inbound play. Braswell. That's a 2-point field goal.
And now they're going to get a little delay in the game here. Just Jody Sylvester suggesting they leave it alone.
And Wake Forest has been warned. And a timeout.
All right, and so with the score 22-17, we're going to take you out to the East Regional Semifinal, where UMass and Arkansas are about to get underway. Georgetown has already advanced here. They'll play the winner of these two teams. It's about the Quinn Buckner and Gus Johnson.
And thank you very much, Pat. Our second game, Arkansas and UMass. UMass, the #1 seed. Arkansas, the last 12th seed in the tournament. Earlier this evening, Georgetown beating Texas Tech, ending their 23-game winning streak. They await the winner of this matchup. And welcome back to Atlanta, everybody. I'm Gus Johnson along with Quinn Buckner. Now, moments ago, we found out from UMass that All-American center Marcus Camby will not be starting this game. We tried to talk to coaches and also the sports information director. They are not giving a reason as to why he's not starting the ball game. And Quinn, how much does his departure in the starting lineup affect this club?
Well, I don't know if it's going to affect it.
Well, Carmelo is feeling a lot better tonight than he did earlier today after that fall off of the platform at the press conference yesterday. I talked to him after the shoot-around late this afternoon, and he did tell me that he was stiff and sore and that it hurt the most when he was bending down to get into his stance. But he has loosened up tonight. He's done some extra stretching. They've been treating him with anti-inflammatories, ice.
Freshmen Hood, Reed, Towns, and Bradley. Darnell Robinson is a junior, and for UMass, Dingle Bright, Tyrone Weeks in the place of Marcus Camby, Travieso, and Padilla in the backcourt. David Libby, the lead official this evening. And Arkansas coming out in the dark uniforms, UMass in the white. Today's tip. No 12 seed has ever won a regional semifinal game. So Arkansas trying to make history this evening. And there's Marcus Camby, All-American, first team, Atlantic 10 Player of the Year, sitting on the bench to start the ball game against Arkansas.
Well, obviously, they've got to feel, does UMass, that at some point when they get him back in the game, they'll have some advantages in there. But I have to tell you, if I'm John Calipari, it's got. You don't ever want to. If there's reprimand involved, you don't ever want to not do that. Boy, there's a lot at stake here.
Awfully bold statement by Coach Calipari. Here's Robinson, knocked out of bounds. We'll stay down here. Now, the only meeting between these two schools took place last year in the Tip-Off Classic in Springfield, Massachusetts. UMass winning 104-80 in that ball game. Dante Bright with 24 points.
Going after the #1 time at that time, Arkansas. The year prior, having gotten North Carolina, who was also #1. So they seem to be the giant killers. But today, you got people coming to see killing this giant, if you will, of UMass. And Dante Bright knocks down a little jump shot.
Dante Bright, senior from Baltimore, Maryland. And inside again, he picks up point #4. Bright averaging 14 points a game. UMass jumping out to the early lead.
Well, when you got a team with this kind of matchup, they're going to be active. Dante Bright just knocked down the jump shot. You see he gets there. There's miscommunications between Towns and Derek Hood. The ball goes to the floor. Bright gets it up, tries to complete a three-point play. Gets a nice little chest forearm from Padilla.
Bright with 14 points against Stanford. And UMass, they take a 5-0 lead. A steal. Travieso running the floor. Reed chasing. Here's Padilla swinging it to Dana Dingle. Dingle sliding inside lefty, and he got it to go.
I mean, they haven't missed a beat. We're looking at this team. We're worried about Marcus Camby being in it so far. They're just rolling right through and haven't missed a beat. One of the things they've got going for them, actually, they've been able to go to the basket, and you don't have to worry about Marcus Camby's man blocking it up. But as I said, I didn't think Camby would be on the bench very long.
How big of a statement is it to put him on the bench, especially when you see him jumping out to a 7-0 lead like that?
Well, I think it says that, you know, we believe in what we can do with and without him, but they're a much better team with and without him. They will not win a national championship without Marcus Camby on the floor.
There's Padilla. Offensive rebound by Dingle, tapped out. And Padilla will control and restart the offense.
What they got in their guards are just two very solid players who won a lot of games for them and will be savvy. The 40 minutes of hell, there's some question as to how much that may bother them because they're so experienced as Marcus Camby goes with his first jumper.
Camby very emotional as he knocks the jump shot down. Here's Robinson on the other end. UMass streaking out to a 9-0 lead already, 2 minutes into the first half. Here's Dingle squaring up, swings it in front. Camby. Weak side rebound and put back. That's Weeks.
They're just killing them on the offensive glass. They took a bad shot, and Darnell Robinson is getting ready to get a piece of the mind of Nolan Richardson because he took that quick three-pointer, but it allowed what UMass wanted to do in terms of their tempo to be able to continue that. You take a bad shot, it just allows them to go back the other way.
UMass on top 11-0. 17:50 remaining in the first half.
You got Marcus Camby. You know you got a guy that can make some plays, but you know they've been accustomed to playing without Marcus Camby. Didn't expect it here as Weeks gets a chance to go back up with that one.
11-0 the score, 17:47 to go. UMass 5 for 8 from the field. They're shooting 62% already. And we get a blocking foul. That's Camby.
The guy I like watching on UMass is Carmelo Travieso. Watch his hands. He's a guy that he doesn't go around the ball much, and he and Padilla both. They don't go around the ball much without putting their hands out to try to get the ball moving in their direction.
And here's Padilla, guarded by Marlon Towns. Inside Camby. Tip into the basket, and he got the roll.
And that's just much too easy. If he's allowed to make that turn and get there, you can't get help down in time for that. This is an Arkansas team that's starting to show their use by allowing Camby to get to the basket that easily.
Pat Bradley, a freshman from Massachusetts, starting for Arkansas. Guarded by Travieso.
Closely guarded.
Here's Towns trying to lean in on the baseline. 13-0 our score, 16:50 to go. Left-hand runner inside by Padilla, and he picks up the offensive foul.
He got a little anxious right there. If you look at Tyrone Weeks on the floor.
Now, Weeks has been suffering with a foot injury.
See, going through right there, Weeks. Actually, they knocked knees. Well, he got off his right foot. And they're going to take him out of the game. I mean, he doesn't seem to be in any agony, if you will, going to the sideline. But he gave him a great lift.
Weeks, the sixth man on this team, averaging 18 minutes. UMass, they don't play a whole lot of guys.
You know, when you got an experienced team, you can really get away with that a little bit. You know, when we won the championship and went undefeated, we didn't play a lot of people either. You can get away with it because guys at this stage, they're smarter. You got, you know, 2 seniors and 3 juniors playing. You got guys that understand what they have to do, and they can play with fouls if they have to, but you got Weeks that can give them a break and you can move people around.
Arkansas still trying to get on the scoreboard. 16:30 left. First half, 13-0.
They can't because UMass is playing great defense. I mean, they're out contesting every dribble, every shot.
So Kareem Reed inside trying to make something happen for Arkansas.
UMass foul at number 50, Enos Norville. That's his second.
And defensively,
UMass's defense, number 21, Marcus Camby.
Really holding teams down 38.6% on the season.
That's 6th in the nation.
That's great.
Oh, I mean, that's what you get from them. I mean, they get at, and it starts out front with their guards, because when you have guards that can apply pressure in a half-court setting, it forces the team to move their offense out to receive the pass, and now you're in unusual relationships in terms of, you know, where you're accustomed to throwing the pass. Instead of being 2 steps off, you're now 3 steps off, and that changes the dynamic.
Also, they only give up 61.8 points per game. That's 9th in the nation. So Arkansas finally gets on the scoreboard with 2 free throws, 13-2. Here's Camby trying to reverse it, and it's rejected by Hood, but he picks up the foul.
Camby had a little bit of a little hot dog in that one. He was trying to make a play. Padilla does a good job of just skating through the defense. You see Hood try to go over there. He definitely pushed Camby in the back. Camby goes with it to forward. I don't think Hood can get there. You see right there, cut off Bradley. The help comes over. This Wilson gets there late, and then Hood tries to come over the top. It's called for the foul.
Camby, 2 of 3 from the field so far. He's got 4 points. Scored 20 points, 9 of 15 shooting against Stanford. He had 8 rebounds and 7 block shots. And according to our Andrea Joyce, Tyrone Weeks, the UMass bench is just fine, and he will be back. That's Kareem Reed inside. And we get a foul up high. Dana Dingle, 13 for UMass.
A tradition unlike any other, the Masters on CBS Sports.
Down 5 at the moment.
And when you watch Duncan defensively, he only gets 2.2 fouls a game. He plays good position and doesn't leave his feet. Here he's got a great block out. And the reason he doesn't leave his feet, I believe, Sean, is growing up in America, you want to block every shot, the pump fake. It's a macho thing. He just understands, stay balanced and wait for the block, a lot like Elijah Wan.
Goolsby was open, didn't have a good grip on the ball, and he missed a 2-pointer. Out of bounds, Louisville ball. Denny Crum, the Hall of Famer, one of 3 active college coaches in the Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts. Dean Smith, Bobby Knight, the others. Coach Crum inducted in 1994. His 25th year now at Louisville. And Wake too high off the glass, rebounded by Allen. Wake with the ball in a 5-point lead as we approach 2 minutes remaining in the first half. And Duncan shuffled his feet, traveling the call.
Had the idea of giving it up and got a little bit excited. Dave Odom's offense has been executing beautifully the first 10 minutes. All of a sudden they struggled, and Louisville has been able to counter with some steals and some opportunity baskets. There's a little flare cut. Look at the back cut. Not enough. Too much distance. Not enough room.
We're at the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome in downtown Minneapolis. 35,000 fans in attendance to watch the number 6 seed in the Midwest, Louisville, take on the 2 seed Wake Forest. Wake Forest has never trailed. They led by 10 to lead 5 with 1:45 remaining in the first half, and a 20-second timeout called by Wake Forest. Sean McDonough with Bill Raftery. The winner of this game gets the unenviable task of taking on Kentucky, a big winner earlier tonight here against Utah. And this, in sharp contrast to the first game, has been a very competitive game.
Yeah, the first game was an extraordinary performance by Kentucky, but right now Duncan, a dominant force defensively, and offensively, if he can get some touches, he can find some people for those threes. Peral, 2 fouls, that could be a problem.
Let's take a look now at the game summary. Let's not take a look at the game summary. They're back to action so quickly, we didn't have time to get it in. For those of you waiting with bated breath, we shall at the next opportunity. Goolsby a miss. Out of bounds in front of the bench. Minute and a half left in the half. to Walker with Dantzler, Kaiser, and Rogers for the Cardinals. Walker threw it away.
And zigged when he shouldn't have.
And here is the much anticipated game summary. Wake still shooting 50% for the game. Louisville just 1 out of 8 from 3-point range. Duncan with 5 blocks. Wheat averaging 26 per game in the tournament, held to 5, but his team's only down 5. Duncan tried the one-handed jam off the lob from out of bounds and missed it. Had a follow-up chance but couldn't get it to go.
That's terrific at finding him on that lob.
And Wheat, bad shot, barely grazed the side of the rim, and Louisville fortunate to get it back out of bounds with a fresh 35 on the shot clock.
And Dewan not getting his way as Braswell, Jerry been all over him. Extraordinary. Plus you got that big guy looming down underneath. Good switch. And now right here, everybody stays at home. That's the advantage of having Duncan. Tough one.
The left-handed hook from close to the free throw line, and it wouldn't go for Bozak Smith.
A little closer, he can make that one with his favorite hand.
He is left-handed. 25 seconds left in the half. 15 on the shot clock.
And Dave Odom took Peral out a while ago. Make sure he doesn't get that third one. Duncan wants it.
And they're trying to get it to him. They need a shot now. The shot clock at 3. It was swatted away from Braswell. And Rogers goes in for the jam.
What a great pass by Dewan Wheat. Let his guy let him run underneath it.
That won't count even if it goes in. And it did draw iron from beyond midcourt for Rusty LaRue. Into the first half with a score 30-27 in favor of Wake Forest.
New York studios. Join us on Pennzoil at the half. George Raveling, Pete Carell, and I'll have all the news on the nice basketball games. We're glad you're with us. See you later after a commercial and work for your local station.
Miles, Pennzoil works like liquid ball bearings.
Now, I know it's different now. I've never seen you not without a sweater on. I'm Pat O'Brien. Thanks for joining us on Pennzoil at the half. George Raveling, Pete Carell here. Thanks for putting a tie on for us tonight, Pete. Nice to see both of you. Wake Forest leads by 3, 30-27. Wake Forest sort of an underrated team in the ACC, huh?
What they're doing tonight is not a surprise to me. They have this great player in Tim Duncan who's 13 points, and they've been making threes all year, and tonight in the first half they have 5.
Hard to imagine Tim Duncan is 19 years old. George, what about Louisville?
Well, Louisville's managed to stay in the game, Pat, by finding easy baskets. They've thrown the length of the floor for a couple nice layups, but they closed the game 0 for 6 from the field.
3-point game. Wake Forest leads 30-27. Another game going on in the East Regional Semifinal. UMass and Arkansas. UMass led 13-0 for a while in this game, but Arkansas is trying to climb back in. It's 18-10. Let's go out to Quinn Buckner and Gus Johnson.
12:36 to go in the first half. UMass had got out to a 13-0 lead, but since then Arkansas has made a run, and it's an 18-10 ball game. Dave Bright inside, his shot off the mark, rebounded by Bradley. Here's Bradley, and he carries.
He was calling Nicky Davis, and he was ready to pass him the basketball, and said Nicky, and Nicky looked and then didn't stop so he can get him the ball, and in doing so, Bradley turned the ball over. But Pat Bradley's not somebody you really want to handle. Bradley's a shooter. They've got to be able to get him. They're going to give him a break here. But he's the guy you need to get the ball in three-point area and let him just stick it.
Marcus Camby, the All-American from UMass, did not start the basketball game for reasons unknown. Coach John Calipari made a statement that he will discuss the benching of Marcus Camby as Camby jams home the putback after the ball game has been played in the press conference. 10-point lead now for UMass, and a whistle inside.
Well, they call that one on Nicky Davis, but, you know, if Arkansas goes into a zone, one thing they don't do is block out, and they miss Marcus Camby on this particular play. That's how he gets the slam dunk.
Nick Davis, that's his first. 17th foul.
able to give Marcus Camby a little bit of a break here, because he came in, his team can carry it on their own. They have been active. They carried it. He's only had to get a couple. I mean, really been active on the block a little bit, but he hadn't had to do a whole lot. He got 2 fouls because he got a little over anxious.
Carmelo Travieso at the line, shooting 1 and 1.
So Carmelo Travieso with 4 points. And a lane violation called against Dana Dingle. 11:54 remaining in the first half. UMass up 21-10.
We should add that there was a little bit of mystery early on in this game. Marcus Camby did not start in this ball game. It was a coach's decision, we're told, and he'll explain it after the game. But he did not start. He's obviously in the game now, and UMass leads 21-10. We'll find out what happened there. Speaking of coaches, Lon Kruger, the man who coached Florida to the Final Four in 1990. Pennzoil at the half for the both coaches, Pete Carril, both former coaches. I'm Pat O'Brien. We'll see you later on tonight. Glad you're with us.
Pennzoil at the half was sponsored by Pennzoil. For more engine miles, Pennzoil works like liquid ball bearings.